really a true AI to talk about, because navigation per se does not do decision making. It gives you the inputs. You need to decide, whether it's useful for you or not. But now we have robotics AI, right? And robotics AI is something which is being practiced. Can I have a smit of audio here for this? Being done across the world in few centers now. We have the state of an art technology. When you have various softwares which come in, which would be there before the, feed it with various inputs and information before the surgery, and they would tell you, the kind of angle which you need to go in, the most optimal access for insertion, the way to go about the speed of insertion so that you don't really damage anything inside. Various softwares, I'm sure you must have used quite a few initial part of all these, but when looking at robotic things, it would be very different from what we are today. So when all this information is, feeded inside these computers, they decide the trajectory which the robot would follow to put the implant and the electrode inside the human body, right? And during surgery, you don't require to do such major dissections as we do today. There's small tunnels which are made, which are not blind tunnels, right? And drills which are done by very innovative cooling methods so that you don't damage any of the vital structures. Used to away from the facial nerves, the monitors which decide even micromillimeters of proximity to the various important structures, and thereby decide where you are going in, to decide the trajectory as per that. Reach inside the cochlea and then make sure that your electrodes go in a very smooth manner in the right axis which you want, at the speed which you want, and the depth which you want them to go in. So this is how AI would do it. If you were to really change any of things and the AI presumes you need to change, they would really go about changing it and taking the decision as and when required at that particular point of time. Right? And there have been, again, various studies which talk about the distance between facial nerve and the electrode array, the ESC and the electrode array. And then there are various other robots which are existing now for a very soft and smooth entry inside the cochlea. That's again AI for us. And when we as surgeons are dealing with, that's what probably will be the future. The most important part, however, remains habilitation. And today we know that even the children whom we operate at the right age may not do as well, because the fitting for the cochlear implant, which is being done in today's era, is fitting to comfort. That would mean, we would go to the patient, ask the patient the levels at which he or she is comfortable, and fit the cochlear implant as per that. It's going to shift to fit into outcome now with the help of AI. I'll just briefly describe what that means. Fit into comfort means it's a very subjective thing. It's especially tough in children. You can't really ask for a lot of inputs from them. They don't answer you that well. It's variable and time consuming and tedious for our audiologists when they do that. And still, it will be, one audiologist would do it very different from the other one, because they have to depend a lot on what you're getting back from the patient. Now, to overcome this, so that you get the best outcomes, we come to this animal, fox here. Now, why fox? Because fox is actually an acronym for fitting to outcome expert, right? That's the technology which is being used now. What this is based on is, they have a set rule of 10 and the targets are set, right? And based on the earlier switch-ons and fittings of cochlear implants, the data which is fed in, the AI would tell the kind of levels which you need to set for every particular patient you are fitting in the implant, right? But at the end, the audiologist gets to accept or reject whatever you are giving in, right? It's not that AI is the final word here. You can still accept or reject what's happening. And look at it, we have had new cochlear implant users. We deciding that there's a reduced fitting time for these. Even with the established cochlear implant users, this Fox improved the outcomes in quite a few individuals, right? So it's obviously going to be better than what we're doing right now. And as we previously discussed, ChatGPT is here to stay, right? And we as surgeons or as ASLPs are many times not available for our patients, right? Can ChatGPT help us out? And there are studies on that. They put up 5 common questions which a patient would ask to us as surgeons or audiologists, and the responses which they got from ChatGPT, right? That is, they aligned with the current medical guidelines, responded to each query within seconds, right? Today, when I'm here, I can't answer to my patients, but ChatGPT can. Responses were clear and understandable, right? It's not that they were very ambiguous. They were very clear. right? So, they concluded, and, just to probably please us, they mentioned there's significant potential, there's supportive role for cochlear implant. I'm sure it's not going to be supportive anymore in few years from now. They'll be the main people. They say it cannot replace the professional medical advice. You never know now, because look at ChatGPT. It's going better for patients now. They answer to majority of questions in a much easier manner. And these were the common questions which are put up to ChatGPT, the daily questions which our patients ask us, and they're able to answer them very well. So coming to fitting in therapy, just a brief thing. It's not going to be subjective anymore. Going to be more personalized, more objective, right? So they get the best outcomes and not just comfort which is there. And the last thing would be the CI technology. There are various things changing in cochlear implants and hearing aids, right? And this is just another video to show the kind of thing which hearing aids have today.
Makes your world more accessible, more convenient, more effortless. How? The AI technology inside your hearing devices works with you and for you. It recognizes where you like to go, what you like to do, and immediately adapts. So hearing in specific environments is instantaneous and automatic. It identifies and enhances the voices you want to hear while filtering out the noises you don't. It's smart, like translates different languages in real time straight to your hearing aids smart. It listens to and transcribes what you say on command. It has auto on-off intelligence to save you battery life. It can help keep you safe by detecting if you fall and notifying the people important to you.
So if you fall, the hearing aid would be able to tell that you are falling and send it to your near and dear ones that you had a fall, right? That's how the hearing aids and look at the future cochlear implants are going towards, right? So the current devices, the basic thing which they mentioned is when you look in a different ambience or ambient sounds which we are in, let's look at this auditorium versus maybe a railway station. The hearing aids and the cochlear implants automatically adapt to it now, right? They can actually have various softwares where you don't even need any professional advice. They would assist that. I'm going to just talk about a few of these technologies. One of them is AutoSense, right? AutoSense analyzes the incoming sound every 0.4 seconds, right? So every sound which is coming in is analyzed, and accordingly, they decide which kind of an environment you are in, and the algorithms and the programs which are set in are based on the kind of environment the person is in. If it's a railway station with noisy areas, go for a different kind of a fitting. If it's a soft area, with soft sounds with limited noise around, it gives you a very different kind of a platform altogether. And AI does that without even us realizing that it's happening around us. So maybe these people will be able to hear better than what we are hearing right now. Look at the forward focus thing. You look at, when you're sitting in a crowded place, probably you want to focus only on one person, something like this. And this is what an AI does.
Yes, friends getting married. I'm not sure if you know the story, but he
It's a normal hearing.
just sitting on the seat across from him and he just started a conversation. Turns out they went to the same uni, just waiting in his car. Anyway, they've started planning their wedding and are hoping to save the ceremony
This
early
is
next
forward
year.
focus, right?
Something small and intimate, just family and close friends. It's not too close to the city.
Very basic of forward focus, because just suppressing the noise around and focusing on one person. So it's kind of an era when we are leading towards a transhumanism, right? It's artificial intelligence with a brain machine interface with cochlear implants, which gives us a beautiful example of brain and machine coming together, and cochlear implants. So it's kind of improving the human species towards a very different species probably altogether, where the machines would be interfaced with our brains and make us do things which we can't even imagine today, right? But there are issues with it, and we have been talking about. Just another video just before I end this is something like this.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkaren at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Sånn. Så skal vi sette en til.
Ah, ja.
Goes for dental treatment.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open.
That's AI for us.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get over the door.
Wrong voice is error.
Hey, there. With a rock. Open door.
Right? So we do have to have human intelligence for all this,
Higher volume.
Higher.
right? So, everything is going to take its own time, right? And we have to be sure that whatever we are dealing with today, we don't really need to be working towards in a very fast manner, because if you do that, you're probably landing up in a bigger problem than what we can even imagine today, right? And what I'm really hoping is in times to come, I'll be something like this, right? Because if I want to hear better, even with a normal hearing, I would be happier using a cochlear implant maybe, because that's the kind of technology and the things we are looking at are coming ahead to us. The decision making, how it lies with us, this is, I was here 2 months ago, this is Dubai, and this is where I was today morning. I love both of them, and I don't know which one is better. And that's what we need to decide for each one of us and as a society as to which one will work out better for us. Thank you so much.